But what does Jesus say? What does the Bible say about youth in general? 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 12. 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 12. Don't let anyone look down on you because you are young, but set an example for the believers in speech, in conduct, in love, in faith, and in purity. That's some good words, isn't it? That are some really, really good words. How old do you have to be before this verse applies? How old do you have to be before this verse applies? As I look to some of our beloved, wonderful elders whom we love and adore and are very grateful to have with us this morning, I'm sure that they're looking at me and saying, man, that's just a young whippersnapper. Still wet behind the ears, right? And it's truth. It's the truth. I totally get that. I don't have it figured out yet by any means. When I get to their age, hopefully I'll get it figured out. When I finally get to that age and have that silver crown, because there's plenty there, then maybe I'll have it all figured out. You know what I mean? When does this verse apply? Does that verse apply to our teenagers? Does it apply to our young adults? Does that verse apply to these kids that were up front that set an example to me in worship? Right? Those kids set the example, and the Lord used it to kind of kick me a little bit. Gently tell me that, Martha, Martha, it is time. It is fine the way that it is. It is time. They set the example to me in worship. They said, it is time for reckless abandon, and don't worry about anything, and just start worshiping the Lord with everything within you. How old do you have to be for that verse to apply? Those kids, they're awesome. We love them. Every time I see them excited that it's Sunday. I'm just going to be real for a minute. There has possibly been a few occasional Sundays in which the alarm clock goes off and I say, oh man, it's Sunday. I'm just being real. I'm just being real. It's probably just me. It's probably just me. Pray for your pastor. There's been a couple Sundays, though, in which that's happened. And then I see my wonderful, amazing kids jumping up and down saying, it's Sunday! It's Sunday! And I'm saying, what is my problem? What is my problem? They're setting an example for me because they're excited that it's Sunday. And I'm getting a little bit convicted saying, suck it up, Buttercup. When I see the wonder in their eyes when they learn about a Bible study, about a Bible story, what? Jesus did that? You mean they had to pay the taxes? And Jesus said, go out and throw your fishing rod and throw the hook in the water. And the very first fish that you catch, inside that fish is how you're going to pay the taxes. And Peter did it, and he pulled in this fish, and inside the fish's mouth was enough money to pay the tax for both Peter and Jesus. How did Jesus do that? And the kids are just amazed. The kids are amazed when they say, that's the size of Goliath's spear? How big was Goliath? And David took him down with just a rock? I love seeing the wonder in their eyes when they hear about a Bible study, when they hear a Bible story, and it just comes alive to them. Do we still have that same wonder when we read the Bible? When we read the same story multiple times over again? Does it still come alive and give you that spark and that gleam of hope? They're setting an example for me in that, aren't they? They're setting an example right there. How about when I see them pray and they have that prayer of faith saying, Lord, I believe that you can heal this person right now in the name of Jesus. And I have to catch my own self saying, sure would be nice, God, if you would. And that kid is sitting there praying with total, complete faith, believing, knowing that the healing is going to happen. They set an example for me on that, don't they? We need to embrace the muddy shoes. We need to encourage the muddy shoes. We need to love those muddy shoes. And we need to set the example right back to them.